Hey.
I'm your host, Robert.
And Juleen.
And we're just going to have a normal, cool, calm, collected conversation. So, a little bit about myself. Grew up in Long Beach, in the hood. Grew up rough, didn't have a lot coming up. Things are starting to finally change. Got a career for myself. And just doing better.
Yay! I'm Juleen. Funny story, I was actually born in California, but I grew up on the East Coast. Also from a rough neighborhood called The Hill in New Haven. And things are turning up for me too. I finally started my own company. I met a great guy. Me and the 3 kids are doing great.
Okay. Should we tell them how we met?
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of like how we knew this was like for sure. We were meant to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had just started working this new job. I was a bus driver. I am a bus driver, excuse me. And it was the final night of the bus route I had. Pull up to park the bus. On my break, I get out. Walk into Catalina Landing down in Long Beach. Because, I just happened to want to stretch my legs, use the bathroom, see what's going on. Because normally I don't even step off the bus. And then as I'm on my way out, I see this beautiful angel with this aura around her. I'm like, oh, who's that? And I look and she, waves, hi. And I say hi back and she keeps going. I'm like, oh, okay, well, guess she was in a hurry.
I had to go to the bathroom. I too used to drive buses, and I was driving a party bus for a prom in Long Beach at the Long Beach Aquarium. So I parked the bus at the bus layover area and ran into Catalina Landing to use the bathroom. So as I was walking in, I saw him. He walked by. I was like, oh, let me say hi real fast to be like, hi. But then I really had to go. So I was like, oh my God. So I blew right by him. And I was like, oh, missed chances.
Mm-hmm. So then a few minutes later, I'm sitting on my bus, minding my own business. And from my vantage point, I hear this person just scream like someone's trying to kidnap her.
No. What happened was I got done using the bathroom and I was like, you know what? Usually I eat lunch on my bus. I forgot my lunch today. I'm going to catch the bus into town. So I see a bus parked at the bus stop. It's dark, so I walk over there. I'm walking, and then all of a sudden I see motion in the window, and I was like not expecting it. So I was like, "Oh my God, there's a whole person in the bus." I assumed the bus driver left to go get lunch, and I was just sitting there waiting. But no, he was sitting in the dark. So I always say he scared me into submission.
And fun fact too. I've never picked up anybody at that bus station. She was the first and only passenger I've ever picked up. So, if you want to say the stars aligned, they lined up on that one.
Yeah. And usually I never get off my bus when I'm driving Long Beach because it's very hard to find parking, and then it's hard to figure out the bus schedule to get back to that layover area. So I usually just sit on my bus and wait for prom to get out 4 hours later. I'll pack my lunch. I'll binge watch whatever I'm binge watching or read, but I never get off my bus.
Yeah, after the whole screaming incident, I get off the bus to see what's going on, see if this, girl is okay. And, she was totally fine. We start talking and she made me laugh right off the bat. We were talking like we were friends, like for forever. Like it was odd. I've never experienced that before. And she as she mentioned, she wanted to go get lunch, so I told her some spots. And
no. I told him I would like to find a $10 sandwich.
Yes, the $10 sandwich. Yeah, the infamous sandwich. You're right.
Sometimes you're just in the mood to waste money.
Yeah. Sometimes a little too much for me. But, I told her where she can get her sandwich from. We started driving. No. You asked me how much the bus fare was. Yeah. You remember what I told you?
Free.
For you, it's free. Because you were, hot and beautiful.
Oh. I thought it was my amazing sense of humor.
Yeah. Pulled up to her stop where she can get off and go get her $10 sandwich. And then, I gave her my number because I was driving. I couldn't, pull out my phone. And then that night, when as soon as I pulled up to the bus yard, I got out and I was on my way home. You text me.
I did, because I was lost.
Oh, see, and I thought you already missed me.
I had just moved to California from Connecticut, and I knew nobody that I was not related to, and they were all asleep by that time.
Not to mention, Long Beach is about 45 minutes away from the house.
Yeah, true. I'd have been waiting a long time for them to come get me or send me directions.
Yeah. But yeah, after that point, we talked pretty much every day until you ghosted me. My phone died completely. We talked really consistently for like 4 days, and then my phone was like, nope. So, unbeknownst to him, I was like, I gotta get this number off my Google stuff. So I downloaded my entire contact list to my mother's phone, which she still complains about to this day. So I can text him from my work phone and tell him that, hey, I didn't ghost you. I'm still alive. Yeah, shout out to your mother. She's the best mother-in-law ever. If it wasn't for her,
this would not have happened. Even though she fusses about it endlessly. She says, "Oh my gosh, your calendar dates just popped up on my phone." Every time she's like, or she'll come up and she'll be like, "You got a business meeting in 15 minutes. Have you showered yet?" How does she know?
Right. But then, after our 4-day hiatus, we reconnected.
Yes.
And then we talked for almost like 2 weeks before we went on our first date, huh?
Yeah, we took our time.
Yeah.
I think that makes a difference. Like, the fact that we took our time with everything, from planning our first date to the second date, like...
Yeah. The first date was a beautiful disaster.
It was awesome. I ordered a salad with my sandwich. It was at Denny's on 6th Street.
Wait. We gotta back up.
Oh, okay.
Like, we didn't like plan this date, or I as the man, I guess I'm supposed to plan the date. I didn't plan the date. It was more or less like, oh, we should hang out. I was like, oh, what the heck? Let's do it. Okay, we can meet here at this Denny's. Now, I didn't realize how far she was driving. It was like an hour.
Was it? It was like 45 minutes. 40 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I made it there in 40.
Yeah, I didn't know she was driving from that far. But we met at Denny's. Probably not the best choice for a first date. But we get to Denny's, we greet each other, have a seat, we, start talking, hitting it off, of course. I was nervous, not gonna lie.
I was nervous too.
Because I hadn't been on a date in like 5 years. It's really crazy.
Yeah. For me, I've never gone on a date with the intention of actually like having a relationship or getting to know someone. Like, I hadn't been for like 3 years, 4 years. I think it was like 3 years since I last went on like a date.
Yeah. And this, I really wish I could take it back, but then again, it was like I said, a beautiful disaster. We sat down, we ate. We ordered our food. Right?
Well, to be fair, I think if we didn't have this first date, we wouldn't really like see each other at our like where we're placed in an annoying situation, but we decide to be gracious. And for me, I believe that's when you saw. For me, it's about the company I was keeping.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was bad. Which Denny's experience do you think is worse? The first date or the Friday Denny's? Where nothing matched.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say the Friday Denny's.
The Friday Denny's.
Because the first date Denny's, we got our food with no silverware.
She asked me how I was enjoying my salad. I was like, it's awesome. Be even more awesome with forks.
Yep. Those homeless people
yelling at folks.
Yeah. It was a bit of a mess.
Oh, the bathroom tokens.
Oh yeah, little bathroom tokens you had to get. They're like really tiny, like this little toy tiny tokens you gotta have just to go to the bathroom. It was weird, I saw one of my old buddies from high school who, I don't know what was wrong with him. He was just ordering up like half of Denny's and talking to himself.
Like legit talking to himself too.
Yeah. And then I remember wanting to kiss you, and I was so nervous.
I remember thinking you didn't want to kiss me or my breath smelled because you would go in for a kiss, stop, and then change your mind. I was like, well, wow, okay. Maybe my breath smells, or maybe he really just isn't trying to kiss me right now.
No, and then eventually I went in for the kiss. I went in for the kill.
Yeah. It was the first of many.
Yeah. And then after that, we get up to leave, and we hit the parking lot, and we were in the parking lot until sunup.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mind you, we met up probably like around like 10, 11 at night.
It was like midnight.
It was midnight?
It was like midnight.
Yeah, but we talked until sunrise.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah, we both had to get some rest, get to work.
Yeah.
Well, it was the best date of my life.
Mine too. No, second best. My all-time favorite date was the one when we went to Norm's and walked around.
Oh yeah, Norm's.
That was the best date ever.
Yeah, that's when you decided, I love this man. He's the greatest.
That's when you fell in love with me. And I knew it. I knew it right away. I was like, you called me on the phone that night, and I was like, you love me. It's okay. You're calling and you're texting, but you really want to say you love me. I already know. It's all right.
Hey, I admit, I since Denny's, I was feeling like she's the one. So I admit that. Yeah, man. Now here we are. Soon to be married. COVID.
COVID needs to go. I'm ready.
The good old Rona.
I'd love to cancel COVID. While we over here canceling Netflix, let's cancel COVID too.
Yeah, supposedly COVID's going to be over in November. I guess it's a date. It's going to be over.
Funny how COVID's over right in time for election.
Yeah. Well, no, you said we should cancel COVID. Excuse me. Oh, that's the thing. Like, COVID is something I would cancel, but there's also something else. The dreadful cancel culture. How you feel about that?
Cancel culture needs to cancel itself. They're hypocrites. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even, like, it's just, okay, so we're canceling this, but we're not canceling that. Like, pick a principle you want to stand on and stand on it. Otherwise, carry on.
Yeah. When the best way to cancel something is to just move on with your life.
Seriously. T.I. said, you may not respect me, but you'll respect what that dollar is due. That money. Because, honestly, I'm not going to rally a whole bunch of people to say, oh, well, don't shop here. I'm just going to be like, man, no, I don't shop there. Why don't I shop there? Because I don't know. For stores, usually what will make me not spend money in a clothing store, is they don't have plus size clothing. Their staff is rude.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, those are the two reasons.
Yeah.
Or if it's dirty. If the store is dirty and hot, like,
ew.
I mean, I know usually it's like food places where you're like, if it's dirty, don't eat there. But if I walk into a clothing store and the first thing I smell is like pee and floor wax, I'm leaving. Because chances are the stuff that's sitting in there for all day and night also smell that way.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't just go around rallying people. I like to call it the modern day pitchfork mob. Like, it's weird. Like what's going on now with Netflix and Cuties? That movie Cuties?
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not interested in watching cuties. I agree with a lot of people's opinion on it, that it's, weird and kind of gross to have these young girls doing twerking and all of that.
I don't know, because, see, I view it, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's child pornography. I don't think it is.
I think it's that far.
It's not all that. I mean, I find it weird that, young girls are out here twerking. I mean, but you see that on YouTube and like TikTok with the WAP challenge and stuff like that.
I don't want to see that either.
I Googled WAP.
Yeah.
I Googled WAP challenge. Not gonna lie.
I don't know. It's just, I wouldn't watch the movie, like I said, but I'm not with the ban. Cancel Netflix. They're not canceling
Netflix, please. How I found Cuties, right? I was doing the Netflix Russian roulette where I wanted to see what was going on, so I took the Netflix top 10 and said, you know what? Let me go ahead and, do number 4. And it happened to be Cuties. Now, everybody's indignant about Cuties, but yet it is number 4 on this most streamed list. Mm-hmm. See, I clicked on Cuties, it queued up, they started doing with it, and I was like, oh, I don't like this. Mm-hmm. I feel super uncomfortable. I'm gonna turn this off now.
Yeah. What all the outrage essentially did was free promotion.
Yep. Free promotion.
Said, like, it's a French-based movie. It's made by, a French director, which in reality, I don't know how it would have done in France, but here in the States, most people wouldn't have clicked on it anyway. They would have most likely kept scrolling, and Netflix would have just eventually took it off. But now it's got like this whole marketing giant behind it with the whole canceled Netflix.
Netflix said, oh, it was marketed horribly. It was not marketed properly because it's considered like awareness art to like make you feel uncomfortable, mm-hmm. to make you aware that there's a problem. But my only hesitation with that, because obviously I own a media company, I always support art, even if it's mm-hmm. protest art or, awareness art, is, I always say, hey, don't shoot the messenger. If this upsets you, then go fix the problem that this art is reflecting back at you. Mm-hmm. My only question is, for this, were there like body doubles used for inappropriate things? Like, how did they treat the auditioning of these young girls? Did these young girls have to go up there and twerk and do all this craziness?
Yeah, I heard the auditions were done. Kids would, like, I guess, send in videos, I believe, of dancing, and the ones who would dance more provocatively and twerking were the ones who got callbacks.
Okay. Mad at the movie makers, but who's addressing the parents? Because I know my daughter's 5. She doesn't even do anything crazy like that.
She better not be twerking.
you know, little Carmen, she'll kind of move her hips and we'll be like, hey, hey, relax. Those hips don't lie, but yours do. Stop it.
Yeah, remember back when she had the dance recital?
Yes.
she was on stage swinging those hips.
Mm-hmm.
I said she better stop swinging those hips. It's gonna be a problem.
For real. I'm looking around as where they did spooky skeletons.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around like, you better not look at my daughter.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm talking about. they want to cancel Netflix, the network. Why aren't we canceling the parents?
Mm-hmm.
They sent in the videos. Like, why aren't we mad at them?
Probably because they were getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I would never pimp out my baby girl.
Please.
Whatever.
I mean, and I'm far from like a prude or whatever. I am.
To each his own.
Yeah, like I guess I'm considered a feminist, and like I don't know, I've been called like an influential female like leader because like I'm an executive out here and my company grew pretty fast.
Yeah.
But I think I'm even keeled is what I think it is.
I think that's what you have to be in life. Even keeled. Don't lean too far to one side. Because once you start doing that, you're never going to learn anything. Once you're set in your ways and you believe only what you believe, you don't learn anything.
Discussion breeds growth.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You have to listen to the other side and then determine what's right and what's wrong, because you can't determine what's right and what's wrong from one point of view.
Yeah. What I find interesting is people were up in arms about this one movie, but they still watch Toddlers and Tiaras. They still watch Dance Moms.
I'm sure there's worse things on Netflix.
And then,
I'm sure.
They're talking about how, like, a lot of times when they talk about, like, hip-hop artists, like, oh, he went to jail for this and that, you know, but let's not listen to him anymore. But they'll be out here watching Martha Stewart. They'll be,
Yeah.
you know, Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms. She went to jail too, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
It's like they pick and choose when they want to be, you know, highly conscientious citizens and when they want to pretend like it doesn't exist.
Yeah. We all have favorites. I have my, favorite artists or, celebrities or even YouTubers for that matter. And if I'm a fan, I'm a fan. Most people are gonna stick with the people they like. So in actuality, it's really hard to cancel somebody.
That's true. Also, the thing about cancel culture too, it makes people ignorant. What they say is, learn your history, you'll be doomed to repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we were watching that show last night, Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, great show.
Awesome show. I think it's a wonderful, like, turnaround. See, I was yesterday years old when I found out that H.P. Lovecraft, the author, was a raging racist, white supremacist, and like all about that Aryan nation. I did not know that.
I didn't even know who he was at all.
And remember when I was like, are you kidding me? He was like a sci-fi genius, like the the godfather of American horror fiction. Like I was like, he is a pretty amazing author. And I was like, they say he's racist, but honestly, I thought he maybe used like a word to refer to like a minority person. Like that was acceptable language for his era, but not acceptable today. Because someone canceled his racist They basically took all his racist repertoire off the shelves. So obviously, I'm a young minority in high school. I'm not very fond of people. So I hide in the library stacks at my school. Who do I find? H.P. Lovecraft. And he writes about these unseen monsters and stuff like that.
It's right up your alley.
Right? And it's like, because it's easier for me to fathom this gnarly alien type monster that is not a human being than for me to really have to deal and understand human beings that behave as monsters.
Yeah.
See, when I was in high school, I was at an all-girls Catholic high school. I was one of, like, I think 8 minorities in my school at the time. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my dad cleaned the school so I can get help with tuition, books, uniform, stuff like that. And, you know, they used to call me, like, the janitor's daughter and make fun of me because my dad's cleaning out their nasty bathroom and cleaning out chalkboard erasers and stuff. So, you know, I kept to myself.
Yeah, you just had your books.
Mm-hmm. And my writing.
Oh, but I've never heard of H.P. Lovecraft before. I just heard of the show. I saw the trailer. And I was like, oh, that looks really, really good. Let's watch it. I had no idea the history of him and you know, the things he believed in. But I'm not sitting here and saying, let's cancel the show. Let's cancel HBO.
But Lovecraft Country took this negative author and made it and drew this amazing parallel between like monsters and racial parallel and drew a parallel to racial tensions in the South. Yeah. Yeah. And that was awesome. I love the reference to the Green Book. Mm-hmm. The Green Books, the guides. I mean, can you imagine someone risk getting their ass whooped to travel to help other people travel safely?
Mm-hmm. Yes, whoever was in charge of that did their research. You know, they were historically accurate about that. Yes. And that's awesome. That's just, you know, another great thing about the show.
Sundown County. I didn't know. I did not know about that at all.
Me neither.
It's like, okay, so apparently after sundown, black people were not permitted to be out in the streets or anywhere in certain counties.
Yeah. And if you were out after sundown, you know, you were subject to being lynched, killed, or, you know, whatever, you know, the police or people in the town would want to do.
So, back during the civil rights movement, police could beat or lynch black people for being out after curfew.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Does that remind you of something? Like when protesters were out after curfew and got shot at with rubber bullets, flashbangs, and tear gas, and pepper spray. Some got real bullets too. Just something to think about.
You know, like you said, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And if people are going to continuously ignore how, you know, minorities were treated back in the day, because it wasn't just black people that were being treated bad. You know, but if we're going to ignore that, then it's going to keep happening.
Yep. There'll be entire generations. If we keep canceling stuff, there are gonna be entire generations that don't have an accurate picture of the current state of affairs.
Yes.
Because art oftentimes reflects life.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have the full story, you can't really... You're not going to be able to navigate, thoughts. You're not going to be able to process what's right and what's wrong.
Nope.
You've got to know the full story.
And you said something that was very true. I said, remember when I was like, I don't know, if I would have known he was a racist back in high school, I probably would have felt very differently about him. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I said I would have been torn because he produces some great literature. His literature is awesome. And you said, well, can't he be a great author and a racist?
Yeah, which he can. I mean, obviously, being a racist is a bad thing. What I was trying to say is sometimes we have to separate the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Just because he was a racist doesn't mean his stories weren't amazing.
They were, and I think the fact that Lovecraft Country turned it into this amazing black story is wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, here's this racist author that didn't think very much of us. You know what? We created a masterpiece with your work. Thank you. Yeah,
and by the way, folks, we've only watched one episode. The episode starts off, of course you get to know the characters and, who they are, what they're about. And then it seems like it's beginning to be the story of, black people back in the, 50s, 60s era and the issues they were going through. And then it just totally flips into this crazy sci-fi journey. It's crazy.
You ever notice how they always come across one of these crazy creatures when they encounter some racist jerk on the trip?
Yeah.
that deputy or whatever was he stopped them and they were all about to get shot point blank, and next thing you know, all them racist people got eaten. And then that weird lady, if you haven't watched Lovecraft Country, spoilers.
Get ready for a spoiler alert.
So you remember when they were in the diner and then she's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
She starts running. I still cannot figure out what the significance of... You remember when they painted the White House white, why they painted the White House white to cover up the burn marks? Mm-hmm. And I'm still what's that got to do with anything?
I don't know, but it's one of those shows where you really have to pay attention because a lot of what they're saying has value to it later in the show.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to piece things together to understand it sometimes.
I think it's really cool that the script was so well thought out.
Yeah.
Words matter. When it comes to words and you want to go with less, you've got to make every word count.
Exactly.
So I really appreciated the script and how it was written.
Yeah, are we watching episode 2?
Yes. There's only 5 episodes.
I think they're doing a traditional TV route of putting one episode out per week.
Oh, really? I hope so, because well, no, it's HBO, not Netflix. So yeah, they're gonna put one out a week or something.
That's weird. I'm not used to this one episode per week thing. It's odd.
Oh my god! I remember when I was younger, I would tune in every week for like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Dawson's Creek.
Oh, I didn't know you liked Dawson's Creek.
I liked it until they got to like their senior year where they started becoming adults, and it just got weird. Like
yeah, Dawson's Creek was my favorite show at one point.
You remember when she would go up the ladder, and I used to be like, "What's the matter with the door?"
Exactly.
Like what? like why though? But so the diner. Remember when she went to the diner and she's like, "Oh my god, we gotta get the fuck out of here!" Mm-hmm. And then so they're running and the cops are sitting there, or the mob's chasing them and shooting at them, but this dude's busting back. And next thing you know, that weird lady, like you see that the weirdness always happens when they get into some stuff with some racist people.
Yeah.
That weird lady that caused a car crash.
Uh-huh.
The car didn't even get hit. She just pulled up and suddenly it was like the road raised up and tossed a car up over her.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, and then she stared out strangely.
Yeah, she's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna stare at you for a full minute to make you uncomfortable."
But it was effective.
Whatever. That were me. Look, lady, you can stare all you want. Then good looking. I'm out.
Yeah.
I like, and then the situation with the Woods, like they were getting ready to shoot him in the face, and then they got eaten by like multiple eyed things.
Yeah, they're like some type of vampire creature.
It was like
sensitive to light.
Like a vampire creature covered in eyeballs, sensitive to light. But they left. See, I don't know. Uncle George, that's his name. Mm-hmm. Uncle George is up to something, for sure. Up to something.
I think he knows a lot than he's letting on. He knows more than he's letting on.
Yeah, because look, the creatures didn't eat him, chase him, or bother him. Mm-hmm. He just got low and waited that out.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to episode 2. I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I should download it so we have it ready.
I'm super ready for episode 2.
Yeah.
So
we still gotta watch The Boys as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of lagging this season.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm kind of like I'll watch and I'll be like, okay, that's interesting, and then now we're not watching. Now they've sunk a helicopter, and big surprise, the storm chick is a lunatic. I think a precursor to being part of the 7 is to be a homicidal lunatic. That must be why what's her name doesn't fit in.
I think the dynamic between was Stormfront and Homelander. I think that's going to be amazing.
That's funny.
I think she's going to out Homelander.
No, they're going to do the Riddick thing. Play who's a better killer.
That'd be cool too.
So far, Stormfront's winning because Homelander is kind of a psychopath and everybody's scared. And you know what? The body count in just one episode is way larger with Stormfront than it is with Homelander.
Yeah.
Although Homelander did kill everybody on an airplane, so.
Yeah, last season.
Last season he killed everybody on the airplane.
Everybody.
But Stormfront killed everybody in a whole apartment building. It was like, if you happen to be on that floor, it sucks to be you.
Yeah, she killed him because she was annoyed.
Yeah. She was like, you know what? Screw you guys in particular on floor 8.
Yeah. Well, all right, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You got to know us a little bit.
Yep. So join us next time. Walker Nation.
All day, every day. Bye.
Bye.